Hey, Susie, God told me he loves long-necked children the most.
Oh, I thought God abandoned us. Praise the prophet Homer O'Donnell.
Praise Leonard Claremont. Brought to you with the assistance of those catty bitches at the Inglewood Police Department.
The 1320 Youth Club did not realize that 1320 was a racist dog whistle. We apologize to the people of Luxembourg.
Pretty clever bird, the parrot.
He thinks he's better than us.
Yeah, I'm real special.
No
Quack!
idea what the words mean, so we never take him seriously.
I'm also a pretty bird. Pretty bird, Polly want a cracker. I'm Polly. Cracker, Polly want a cracker.
But sometimes we take them
My new H-bomb drops in September, y'all. Like and subscribe for updates.
Now those jarheads are the worst gossips of them all.
They are powerful weapons.
Oh, that's my audition piece. How do I sound?
Tell her she's flat. We're going in another direction.
Dom
Dom Edna. Oh, I've got some delightful gossip,
Anyone
yes.
who uses words carelessly, especially talk behind someone's
Quack!
back. Let me tell you a little
Yes,
story
you heard
about
about the parrot, dear, yes.
This is Marion High, my school. I'm the principal, George Eastmore.
I'm definitely
There were
not
some
the
people my
janitor in a
office
principal
this particular
suit.
morning, Mr. and Mrs. Gage and their daughter, Jean. They told me Jean would have to leave school.
I told
Why?
them to please
Because
get on the
of
other side of my desk.
I was shocked, and I asked for details to see if we could do something about it.
We
We
decided
began
no.
talking, even though Jean thought it was already too late. Mr. and Mrs.
Why won't
Gage
my
had
great
opened the
American
grocery
novel
store
come
at
out
the
of
start
this
the term,
typewriter?
and Jean
Well, you
helped
need
out
1,000,000
after
monkeys.
school.
Only 27 to go.
Usually it's difficult for a boy or girl entering a new school to get acquainted and make friends. But in Jean's case,
Yeah,
it
well,
was
it's a
easy.
bit derivative
Very
of
good
Frida
artist.
Kahlo, if
Her
you
first
ask
drawing
me.
won a
But
school award as a
who am I
prize,
to
and the
talk?
picture was posted on the bulletin board. That seemed to open the doors for her.
The doors to
All the
hell.
girls were interested and anxious to meet her. The first friend she made was Janice Nelson.
Hi, I'm Janice, and you look easy to manipulate. I mean,
Marion
welcome
High
to
is
school.
educational, and the other half of our student body is always interested in a pretty, popular new girl.
Hey, meet the whole gang. Sacco, Chim Chim, Bubbles, and the rest. You'll get to know them all very well.
Jack Monroe and Bill Ellis, our two ranking Casanovas. were
I
making
keep a
little
ranked
bet
list of
as
the
to which
hottest
would make
guys
the
in
first
school.
date with her.
I am the principal, after all.
Jim Henson's in the company of men babies.
Bill Ellis made the first move. He was waiting on the steps when Janice and Jean left school that afternoon, and soon was off to a running start in the competition.
Well, walking start.
Jack wasn't called the best broken field runner in Marion history for nothing. Besides, he still had some trumps in his
Giant
hand,
pants, don't fail me now.
like an open convertible, which had helped quite a few times in the past.
Except for one time in Dealey Plaza, but we don't like to talk about that.
Bill didn't know it
Oh
yet,
no,
but
we
he
like
was about
to
be
leave an empty
outmaneuvered
seat
by
in
an
the
old
back
trick,
for
a
the
fake
Holy
flat
Spirit.
tire.
Yeah.
Oh, Jack, it's so dreamy how you
Jack
tricked
was
and
well in the
abandoned
lead
your best
now.
friend.
He drove around, walked down to the
Ah,
front,
kids!
Janice off first.
See you later. Off to write my manifesto. The pigs'll pay.
Then he took his time getting Jean back to the grocery store. Jean introduced Jack to her mother and father, and presto, he'd won.
I
He
was
had a
just
date
using
with
you, babe.
Jean for
Now to
Friday
make
night.
time with your dad. Ooh, firm handshake.
From the time Jack called for her and all during the afternoon and evening, Jean kept thinking to herself how lucky she was that her father had moved his store here so she could attend Marion.
Okay, here, you
Well,
take
I
it. Just
don't
take
think-
it.
I
Just
don't think
get
I
it.
should have
Won
to.
the art contest, made a whole circle of friends, had been asked to pledge the girls' club.
Newsreels
and
from
now
10
here
years
she
ago
was
get me
out with the
so
most popular
horny.
boy in school. But when they drove home, Jean began to learn a little more about Jack.
You're an
His
Eastern
popularity had
Conference
gone to his
Methodist?
head. He
But
was
I'm an
completely
indivisible
sure of himself,
non-denominational
confident that none of
Presbyterian.
the
It
girls
just
could
won't
resist.
work.
Oh, no.
Jean's slap didn't hurt his face, but it certainly injured his pride.
And his
He
pride
tried to
was
laugh it
what he
off,
called
but
his
was thinking
face.
that he'd have to get even. Jack didn't lose any time giving the other boys a highly colored version of the date. To regain his self-confidence and build himself up in their eyes, he
Tell
had
me
to
more, tell me more.
Did she put up a
Quickly
fight?
improved.
Ooh,
Then
well,
gossip
you know,
seldom
maybe
worry
don't get
about
into
the
that
truth.
after all.
Yeah.
Now the gossip began to spread. Bill Ellis colored it a little more and passed it on. Then Christine Manners took over.
Get the hell out of the way, girls. Hot
First,
goss
she used
coming
her
through.
lunch hour to tell the story to every girl who would listen, and that included practically every girl in the school.
All 8 of them.
When she got home, she took
Hello,
over the
J. Edgar
telephone
Hoover.
to
Turns
call
out Jean's a
those
real
she
skank.
Yes,
J. Edgar Hoover
gossip
speaking.
spread like
We already know.
wildfire,
She went to
especially
town
with
on
the help
Jack
of
and his
girls like
jalopy.
Christine. And by the end of the day, the harm was done. Jean's reputation was ruined.
Dance, my puppet. Squawk! Dance!
Pretty bird,
The
father
next
of all
morning,
lies.
Christine still wasn't through.
Shall I?
She'd been
No,
jealous
I
of the new
shan't.
girl's
No, I shall.
popularity and talent from the start. Now was her chance. But the picture gave Jean her first inkling that something was wrong. She knew it had been torn down
Well,
deliberately.
of course, this means
She
war.
asked her friend Janice if she'd done something wrong. But Janice was too
Janice,
uncomfortable,
your
embarrassed
shoulder
to
is
tell
so
Jean to her
cold.
face. Everyone took pains to ignore her. She felt like an outcast.
They're
yet
going on the
couldn't
list.
imagine why. Jean was hurt and bewildered. Marion High had seemed so
Decent.
wonderful only last
She
week.
was shunned
Now
even
it
by
was
the
like
pink
a
ladies.
completely different school. Gossip.
Gossip.
Jean was
The
lonely
very
and
word
miserable
makes
all
me
week,
want
but
to
she was
hork
still hopeful
biscuits.
that once she was initiated into the girls' club, things would be better. However, Jean had already been blackballed even before the
Okay.
scavenger hunt had started. But instead of
Jean
telling
was
her, the
losing
club
her
president
already
had made
shaky
Jean's
grip on
assignment
reality.
far more difficult than the
I'm a
other girls,
pretty bird
hoping Jean
now,
would fail,
Mama.
thus
Pretty
disqualifying
bird.
herself.
Prettiest
Yes.
bird of all.
That's right, Jean. Yes.
Not knowing this, Jean started out on the scavenger hunt as eagerly
Well,
as
it
any
says
of the
go
others.
soak my
She was
head,
willing
take a
to
long
work
walk
twice
off a
as hard
short
as
pier,
the
and
other pledges
eat a
to be
hot
initiated.
curry sandwich. But where am I going to find a poisoned dart frog at this hour? Oh well.
The rest of the pledges had finished their assignments and had been
Wow,
notified of their
great job
acceptance
closing
before Jean
escrow on this
returned.
house for the
Now
scavenger
the
hunt,
girls were
Mary
really
Ann.
embarrassed. Jean came back with every one of her assignments completed. What could she do next? Nothing, Christine told her.
But I brought you the head of Alfredo Garcia.
Jean couldn't understand. She'd done her assignments as well as any of them.
Hey, hey,
Why
hey,
had
hey,
she been
look at me.
rejected?
I'm the mean
Christine
girl
said
now.
Jean knew very well why. Because they didn't want her kind of girl in their club.
A
Jean still
freckled
didn't
girl
understand.
with freckles.
Janice finally had to explain that they
Here's
all
the deal.
knew about her, about Jack's story.
Et tu,
Jean was
Janice.
stunned. How could anybody believe
And
that?
she looked so
about her?
innocent. Maybe because of all the freckles.
Ugh.
I cried all my freckles off. Oh boy, Mama coming in for a landing.
Your mother and I hear you're having a feeling, honey. We wish you'd cut it out.
When Mr. and Mrs. Gage came home, Jean told them
So
what
you
had
brought
happened,
your bed
that she
into the
hadn't been
living
accepted
room,
by the
dear?
club
I
because
don't
of a
understand your
gossip about her.
psychosis.
She said she was quitting school.
Boarding school.
So that's the story she told me. That's
I
why
would
the
have told
Gages
it
came to
better.
see me. They agreed with Jean. It would be better if she left school. But I asked them to wait. Give me a chance to do what I could.
I'm a
Gossip is
fixer.
difficult
I
to
solve
fight. You have to
problems.
go right to the source and stamp it out.
We must kill the parrot god. Now, Jack, be honest with me.
That's exactly
Is
what
this
I did.
tie working?
I called in Jack Monroe, asked him point blank if he was the gossip. Jack was surprised. He thought only women gossip.
I know it's a
Men
little
just
loud, but
well
even
talk.
principals like
He
a
admitted
little
he'd
color
started the talk,
sometimes.
but he never realized the harm it would do. When I had finished explaining what his loose
It's
talk
called
had done to
peacocking,
Jean,
Jack.
Jack
You
asked
need all the
me
help
what he
you can
could
get
do.
when you're this
And I told him
bold.
The only way. He thought it over. It wasn't going to be easy.
Take
It
this
would be
ritual
embarrassing,
seppuku
and we
knife.
both knew
I
it.
trust you'll
But he
do the
finally
honorable
agreed.
thing.
Give Jack credit. He went through with it. His voice broke a few times, but he managed to tell
you
them all
know,
that there
it's,
was nothing to
well,
the
you know,
gossip,
puberty
that he'd
and
made
all.
up the story and was to blame for everything.
I'm
But that
sorry,
wasn't quite
the
right.
parrot offered me Turkish
I
delight.
told him that anyone who listens to gossip is almost as much to blame as the person who spreads it.
Jack's attempted
We were going
sexual
to
assault
discuss
was
the
just
problem in
one of
assembly,
those
Make
things.
the whole school aware
Oh,
of
God, the
danger
parrot!
and make sure
That's
that
not a
no
parrot,
Marion
Davis. Calm
student
down.
would ever again be hurt the way Jean was. The next day, the whole student body
Get her!
realized what they had
Oh,
done to
no,
Jean.
we not doing that
Now they
anymore?
wanted to make it up to her. She made a fresh start and was soon one of Marion's most popular girls, one of our real leaders.
The student body of
What
Marion
could have been
High
another
changed their
gossip
minds like
tragedy
they
had been a
changed their
happy ending.
underpants.
But don't forget this.
Jean
There
wouldn't
needn't have been
forget,
so much
and
as
she
a
would
near
never
tragedy
forgive.
if our students, instead of imitating this bird,
Curse you! Walk! I would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for you meddling principal!
The three little monkeys who see no evil, hear no evil, and speak no evil.
but do smell some evil.
And go ahead and touch all the evil you want.
It's bumpy and pleasurable.